He's wide open.
Yes, sir!
Lastimosa, another three.
Jerome Lastimosa,
Oh, go! Triple for Jerome Lastimosa.
Melesio all day to shoot. Gets it to go. Lasal is off and running. Melesio behind the back pass again. Justin Baltasar brings that baby home. Cani against Desiderio. The bang in the bucket. They swing it to Comboy, who's had the hot hand. Still finds a way. Fading away on one leg. Ildefonso will drive right. That's all muscle. Changes direction. Twice he does that. Navigates through Pasay traffic. A double-double performance for Philip Manalang. Straightaway jumper. Nothing but sweet string music.
Manzo with a steal. All the way.
That's one out of the back.
Highlight. The University of the Philippines. After
Here's
32
the
years.
end of the moment.
CJ for three. Are you kidding me? Subido with a crossover. Subido for three.
Renzo Subido.
Subido. Ravenna leaves it for Edge. Oh! Here's Matt, the 30. Highlight coming. Two-hand slam. Dominance and the excellence of the Ateneo de Manila Blue Eagles continues.
We're coming to you live from Pasay City, live from inside the Mall of Asia Arena for the last day of the elimination round for UAAP Season 82. Dreams were born during day one of this tournament, and well, you know, things happen really, really fast when exciting things are happening, and here we are down to the two remaining games in the second round. In a moment, the De La Salle Green Archers take on the Adamson Soaring Falcons, and both teams are hoping to end their stint here with victories. And a big game later today, the undefeated Ateneo Blue Eagles puts their perfect record on the line against the UP Fighting Maroons for round 2 of the Battle of Katipunan. Welcome everyone, and a pleasant good afternoon. Miko Alili with Jet Manuel. I'll get Jet's thoughts in a bit. We'd like to tell you that our quartet today is completed by Ayana Perlas, who will tell us everything that's happening on the LaSalle side, and Rain Matienzo will tell us everything that's going on the Adamson side of the basketball court. Now I go back to Jet. And Jet, these are two teams. They had loftier ambitions this year. Both teams wanted to not just go into the Final Four, but had title aspirations, but things did not work out. And so as we look at the team standings, we'll find out where LaSalle and Adamson are heading into their final assignments this season.
Well, this season, these two teams, you know, a lot of that just speaks to the competitiveness and the great season that we actually had this season. Both these teams are actually, you know, looked at as Final Four contenders, and you know, right now, yeah, we're in this point of the season. A lot of things happen fast, but as you see the standings right now, the final forecast has been set. And the DLSU Green Archers and Adamson Soaring Falcons on the highlighted on your screens with the records showing 6-7, 4-9. Now this game is not gonna be a bearing game for them. So whatever happens, their positions are gonna be locked for this season. So you know, this is their last game. It's gonna be a little bit of interesting to see how they're gonna play, especially the seniors entering this final game.
Always an emotional time for graduating players about to play their final game in the UAAP. I know it probably brings back a lot of memories for you. Speaking of very recent memory, let's look back at what happened the first time these two teams met in the first round.
Well, that was actually a very, very interesting game. The DLSU Green Archers defeating, coming out victorious against the Soaring Falcons 68-61 during that game. Adamson jumped early. They got 12 to a 12-point lead during the start of the ball game. However, DLSU really did their effort, got to make things interesting down the end of the game. Came down to clutch triples by Andre Karakut, the senior for LaSalle, and coming up with the win. And if you see the players that played great during that game, Justin Baltazar, one of his coming out games, 21 points, 14 rebounds, and 2 blocks. So he really did a great job. And Jake Anisi coming out also offensively in that game, 13 points, 3 rebounds, and a block, just coming out short, not being able to defeat the Archers. But these two guys are the two key pieces that provided for the teams during that ball game.
And shifting to the Dallas Green Archers, wow, they're gonna look back at that game against UP. I mean, that was an epic game in Antipolo, but unfortunately, only one team would prevail in that great battle.
That's a huge basketball game for them. Both teams with a quote-unquote must-win, and it was a must-win for LaSalle, and they lost that game, knocking them out of the picture. So during that ball game, UP really coming out strong, 21-11 start for them, but DLSU standing their ground, a massive 21-0 run to bring them back into the ball game, coming into the halftime. But in the fourth quarter, it was very, very close. 2 deadlocks, 2 lead changes, and UP coming out on top with huge baskets by Bright Akweti and Kobe Paras. You see the stats. UP shooting a better margin, plus 10% for them on the field. DLSU struggling. They got to the free throw line a lot more than UP. However, falling short in the assists and the turnover points. So that's going to be a point of concern for them coming into this ball game.
Aljun Melesio, a veteran on this team. He knows what it takes, to make it far in a tournament, and I'm sure he's very disappointed with how things have turned out this year. But Aljun, year in, year out, I mean, he really brings his A game, and whatever the circumstance, he's out there to try and do his best for the Green Archers.
I'll talk about small players with huge hearts, and that's Aljun Melesio for you right now. In that ball game, 12.7 in the fourth quarter. So he really spearheaded their attack, and surprisingly, the smallest guy on the court coming out with 8 rebounds, 4 of them offensive. And the 3 assists really just showing his effectiveness and his impact offensively in the ball game, not just scoring, but getting his teammates involved too.
Okay, so the Adamson Soaring Falcons now, and coming off that game against UST, this Adamson team, a lot of people, you and I included, we felt that this team was going to be a title contender. But before we get to Adamson, let's find out from Ayana if this game will be an emotional game for the De La Salle Green Archers. Ayana?
I do think so, Miko and Jet, with the Archers fighting bravely amidst a dominant UP crowd and a highly talented UP team, never giving up until the end is exactly how they want to be remembered. Now, their last game was pretty much parallel to the team's entire season 82, a roller coaster ride filled with ups and downs, from brilliant wins to even sorry losses. You win some, you lose some, were Coach Jermaine Bird's last words in the dugout after the loss to the Fighting Maroons. While in their endgame prayer led by Jordan Bartlett, one thing the boys thanked God for was, even with their ups and downs from the season, the brotherhood and family they built will always be what matters to them the most. Now, even with training being more quiet than the usual, the team knows that they can't let this sadness get the best of them, as they want to end the season on a high note. Now, Captain Andre Karakot shared with me how he actually pushed and forced the coaching staff rather, to force him to play in the last game, even with his recurring flu, because this won't let it stop him from giving his all one last time for the green and white. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Ayana. So, as expected, emotions running high for this final game for the Green Archers, and for this final game for veteran leader Andre Karakot. We'll be back, and we'll talk about the Adamson Soaring Falcons when our live coverage continues here on SNA.
We would like to request both teams to please proceed to their respective benches. Welcome right here at the Mall of Asia Arena. It's the UAAP Season 82, all for more. Our second game, our Wednesday Seniors triple header, the second round of eliminations. It's the Adamson Soaring Falcons facing the De La Salle Green Archers. Let's meet our teams. First, the Adamson Soaring Falcons. Number 1, Chum Sabandal. Number 2, Jerry Ahamisi. Number 3, Val Chowkat.
We're back inside the Mall of Asia Arena, and the Del Salle Green Archers getting ready to take on the Adamson Soaring Falcons, Miko Alili with Jet Manuel. Adamson coming off that loss to the USC Growling Tigers.
And it's back and forth game with USC coming out on top 80-74 in that game. USC really coming out in a 13-2 run, giving them the advantage coming into the fourth, and then just not looking back from there. If you see the stats though, Adamson doing a poor job in the free throw department and starter points. Minus 30 for the free throw. They were relying on their three-point shot a lot. Both teams were high three-point shooters, but failed to get to the free throw and the starter points, minus 10 compared to USC. So that's going to be 2 points that we have to see if they can improve coming into this ball game.
On the bright side of that loss to UST, Adamson, saw the emergence of a very, very talented guard in Joem Sabandal.
Joem Sabandal really coming out. This is a breakout game for him. 18 points, 6 rebounds and a steal. He shot the ball amazingly well in that ball game and only playing 17 minutes of play. So that's a huge coming out game for this guy. He was sensational to say the least. So if you see his impact in the game is maybe a little bit too late, but it's a bright spot for Coach Franz Pumarin coming in, finishing the season. So he really did well to play Sabandal, and he really produced for him.
Okay, let's find out about Adamson. A lot of players on this team playing their final game today, and Rain Matienzo will tell us everything that's going through their minds as they head into their final assignment. Rain?
Miko and Jet, it was business as usual for the Adamson Soaring Falcons in their practices, despite having consecutive non-bearing games. However, they did express how emotional they are over the graduation of their senior players. This is the last time that the community will be seeing Simon Camacho, E.G. Mojica, Christian Bernardo, as well as one-and-done guard Valandre Chauca don the blue and white uniform here on the UAAP hardwood floors. While some might say that he failed in his time, team captain Simon Camacho actually worked in silence and made success his noise. From starting as a tryout, almost getting cut from the lineup, and making several Final Four trips to ending the season early, Simon looks back at these with a heavy heart filled with fond memories. Actually, Miko and Jet, this Falcon captain never yelled in any of the practices and huddles. He led by example and let his actions speak louder, which is exactly why Coach Franz Pumarin chose him to guide the young flock. Like any captain, his vision for the team was to arrive at a championship. But in the face of falling short, they will strive to earn today's victory to end the season on a high note. Back to you guys.
Very well said, Rain, especially capturing the emotions of players about to play their final game. Thank you, Rain. We'll take a short break in a moment. The De La Salle Green Archers take on the Adamson Soaring Falcons live here on SNA. And back inside the Mall of Asia Arena, Justin Baltazar certainly wants to end this tournament on a high note because, well, he did not shoot well against the UP Fighting Maroons in Antipolo.
Well, you see the title, Baltazar needs a bounce back. He has to bounce back way below his season averages, only 10 points and a measly 3 out of 15 from the field. He got his rebounding up there, but there's trouble just shooting the ball against the defense of UP during that ball game. He needs to bounce back. This is his final game, and we expect him to come out strong.
That is final game for the tournament. But for Simon Camacho of the Adamson Soaring Falcons, this will be the final game of his Adamson career.
You see this guy, the team captain, the leader, the vet for Coach Franz and his boys. He really was placed here to lead his team and lead his team throughout the season. He did 10 points, 9 rebounds, and 2 blocks during his last game. You know, that's the usual things he does. The activity, offensive glass, and the defensive presence, able to block shots. He's not really a known scorer, but the impact he has offensively and the leadership is really comes out. Leading his team to the ball games.
Today should be an emotional game for Simon Camacho, but for these two players that we're about to match up against each other, I mean, they'll be terrorizing defenders in the UAAP, to this year and beyond. Encho Serrano of the Green Archers and Jerome Lastimosa of the Soaring Falcons.
Well, it's a battle of the 6 men for both teams. Encho and Jerome Lastimosa coming off the benches usually for their teams. Encho, a more explosive scorer, averaging more points than Lastimosa, but Lastimosa is more of a creator for them. He has more assists. That's how he gets his teammates going, and we look to more of that. And this matchup, exciting matchup in this ball game.
And all of these exciting matchups will unfold as we bring you Adamson versus LaSalle in a moment. Back inside the Mall of Asia Arena as we look at our primary protagonists for LaSalle versus Adamson.
See the starters of LaSalle now. Interestingly, you know, Aljon and Andre Caraco, this final game of his UAP career. But interestingly, you see Bates and Baltazar, the tandem coming in. Usually Bates comes off the bench. Joaquin Manuel is really the starter, and now he's going to be starting for this ball game.
Our Supreme Court for today, Chief Justice is Nestor Zambrano, working alongside Julius Medillo and Ruben Agbalo.
Ladies,
we're just about set for
start of
the penultimate game of the second round. And then later this afternoon, Ateneo and UP will close out the elimination round with the second installment this year of the Battle of Katipunan. But all eyes right now are on Green Archers and the Soaring Falcons, and first possession goes to Adamson. Joshua Hierro with a drive and attacked by Baltazar, and Algin Melesio has the basketball. Melesio to Jamie Orme Malonzo with a slam dunk. It's a what a flakes kakaibang move.
That's just a great way to push the break off the rebound, pushing the ball in transition, filling the lanes, and Malonzo coming up with a slam.
Hierro, Jerica and Misi back to Joshua Hierro, and Joshua Hierro caught dancing to the wrong song. A number of players on the floor are playing their final UAAP game.
See the replay though, the pass. One of the players, Malonzo, his final UAAP game with that slam.
So Jamie Malonzo is playing his last game in the UAAP. Andre Caracot is playing his last game. For Adamson on the floor, Val Chauca and Christian Bernard are both playing their last game in the UAAP.
You know, it's kind of interesting right now. This situation is not really a bearing game. You know, it's not fighting for any position. But the emotions really coming in, playing, even if you're not fighting for quote-unquote anything anymore. The seniors really, UAAP career is something to look back on.
Things happen very, very quickly in the UAAP. And one day you're a rookie, nervous and unsure of what's going to happen, and then in a snap, you're playing your final game as either a fourth-year player or a fifth-year player.
That's exactly what I was telling my, the younger guys coming in before, the Javi, younger players in UP. Don't take anything for granted. It's gonna go by really, really fast. And right now, I bet that's exactly what the seniors of both teams are thinking.
Chauca trying to look for Lenda Duanga, and that's a turnover. The ball will go back to the Green Archers. So Caracot setting up the offense here for Lasal. Eyeball to eyeball with Jerica Hadmisi. Archers on top, 2-0 as Malonzo sends it back to Caracot. Caracot fakes, Caracot another fake, and steps nearer to the basket off the glass for a Jollibee 100% amazing move.
Well, that's just the veteran smarts of this guy, Andre Caracot. Shot faking, not getting his man off the floor and finishing off the glass.
And the ball will go out. And another missed opportunity here for the soaring Falcons.
Here we go. Pass, shot fake again. Pivoting, and that's just a great one-legged finish for Andre Caracot.
So it's a 4-0 start for the Green Archers. Melesio. To Bates. Shot clock reads 12. Malonzo to Baltazar. Baltazar overshoots, rebound, Chauca. Val Chauca, nice pass to Camacho, and Camacho is fouled.
And again, the recurring theme, veteran smarts, this time on the other end for Camacho. Shot fake, get his defender off the floor and drawing the foul.
Simon Camacho, as Malonzo is called for the foul. You look at Malonzo's numbers for his first and only UAAP season.
Pretty impressive to say the least. Both 8th in scoring and in rebounds. So his impact really is something to look back upon for this DLSU squad.
As for Simon Camacho,
usual numbers, almost 8 points, almost 8 rebounds, and just missed a free throw on that one.
Green Archers on top by 4 points with over 7 minutes remaining in the opening quarter as Andre Caracot knocks it down.
And a great start for Andre, pulling up this time from the 3.
Vivo V17 shoot beyond limits. Bernardo, Duanga, the Falcons have yet to score in this game as Camacho goes in and he misses, and the rebound ends up with Caracot.
That's where LaSalle is dangerous, running the ball, running the break.
Bates, Melesio, quick pass to Malonzo for 3. Yes, sir!
Dangerous it is. That's just a transition to a 3-point shot.
Man Alive Vision player Algin Melesio finds Jamie Malonzo for the 3-point shot. And it's a 10-0 start for the De La Salle Green Archers. You know what you do? When you're about to play a game that could determine if your team will get the sweep, you go read a book. I'm going to buy that book, by the way.
I was just gonna say,
I'm going to actually buy that book.
I'm gonna buy the book too. If coming into a ball game reading a book 13-0.
If it's going to help me somehow, in some way, be undefeated in life, I'm buying that book.
I love it.
Aaron Fermin is in the game for the first time. Looking for a teammate here. Jerome Lastimosa. Shot clock down on 1. Lastimosa for 3. And the Falcons are still scoreless here in the opening quarter.
They have to switch it up. Coach Franz trying to find something different after a poor start for them. But this time, adding insult to injury, Jamie Malonzo with another 3-point shot in the same spot.
8 points. 6 coming from back-to-back 3-pointers, and Jamie Malonzo makes it a 13-0 start.
And here we go, the forward pass, step back, pull up, splash.
And we see that in our McDonald's instant replay. It really felt like an instant replay for the Adamson defense because, that's another 3-point shot for Malonzo.
And interestingly, Jamie Malonzo, number 10 in the league with 3 points made, 24. That's a huge stat for him.
Lastimosa trying to put Adamson on the scoreboard, and the first field goal for the Soaring Falcons, courtesy of Jerome Lastimosa.
And the 6-man, talked about it before the game, coming in and making an impact right away with a 3.
Karakut. Melesio for 3. Rebound for Malonzo. Tight situation. They go outside. Karakut for 3. Can't get the bounce. And a rebound for Aaron Fermin.
That's 3 possessions for them, all 3-point attempts.
Fermin. No go. Rebound Bates.
So the same starting 5 for LaSalle right now, still on the floor. Contrary to Adamson putting a different 5. Not a different 5, but their bench players on the floor to provide something different.
Another 3-point shot for Jamie Malonzo. His third 3-point shot. Yes, Joaquin Manuel knows how to count. 1, 2, and 3. And that's thanks to a PS Bankable assist. Parang PS Bank personal loan na maasahan. Apply online. No collateral. Oh, what a blistering start here for the Green Archers as we hit our Gatorade hydration checkpoint. Lastimosa hits a 3-pointer to cut down LaSalle's lead to 6. We'll be back with more action in a moment. Back inside the Mall of Asia Arena. Earlier, I mistakenly said that Adamson cut the lead to 6. Nope. It's still a 10-point lead for the Green Archers at 16-6. And what a start here for LaSalle. But LaSalle committing the traveling violation, so the ball will now go to Adamson.
See in that possession, defensive possession for Adamson, they switch things up. They went to a 2-2-1 zone on defense. Try to make something different, force a little bit more turnovers, more action, try to get LaSalle out of rhythm. And in that play, it worked to their advantage. You see the 3-point field goals, 4 out of 7 for LaSalle, and 2 out of 4, and both threes were from Jerome Lastimosa. So they have to do a lot better to shoot to get back in this ballgame.
15 seconds.
Joem Zabandal, number 1, is in the ball game for the first time. He did a stellar job in that game against UST. He joins Lastimosa, Fermin, Doanga, and Manlapas. A spin by Lastimosa, Zabandal against Karakot. Shot clock down to 4. Lastimosa fires another 3-point shot, and it goes straight into the hands of Malonzo.
That's a poor decision there. Very, very tough shot for Lastimosa. But it's a sort of a heat check after hitting 2 threes.
And here's Baltazar. That's his move, but could not finish. The ball, however, will stay with the Green Archers.
Fortunate for LaSalle, for Adamson. That's his move, that's his shot. Just failed to put it in.
14 seconds.
See now, Enchor Serrano and Bert Lojera, along with Lapwood coming into the ball game, the second team squad.
Look at the numbers of Justin Baltazar this year.
15.2 points, 11.7 rebounds, both 5th and 6th in the league respectively. So he's had a great season, to say the least.
Meantime, the Falcons with a Yamaha Mio number 1 move. That's AP Manlapas. Helping Adamson make this an 8-point game. Archers still ahead with 3:50 remaining in the opening quarter.
Shot clock at 15 seconds.
Challenge now is for both teams, both second units, to see which second unit will be more effective.
Baltazar outside Karakot. Extra pass. Serrano for 3. Yes, sir!
That's just a great inside to out offensive possession for LaSalle. Baudin inside, kicked it out to Andre. Extra pass for a 3. See the rebounds, though. A huge advantage for LaSalle in this start of the ball game, 10-4.
Aaron Fermin, handoff to Lastimosa. Shot clock down to 7. Lastimosa with a runner. Jerome Lastimosa now with 8 points.
He's the only offensive spark right now for Adamson. It's going to be a challenge for other guys to get it going.
One-hander, Baltazar, and Laput with a rebound and a putback. And welcome back, James Laput, back in action for the Green Archers.
And the fans are loving it, coming back after his injury in practice, providing immediate impact.
Under 3 minutes remaining in the opening quarter. Falcons down by 11. Manlapas wanted to slam that home. Shot clock reads 10. Zabandal picked up by Laput. Zabandal to Fermin. Aaron Fermin for 3. In and out. Rebound for James Laput.
See the bench points. 10 for Adamson and majority again from Jerome Lastimosa.
You know, I actually covered the first round game between Adamson and LaSalle as Baltazar blocks that shot, and every time Baltazar scores against Fermin, he gives Fermin the look. Watch him.
After he shoots that, the great post move.
He's going to look at Aaron Fermin. Meantime, here's the block by Baltazar, who does positive things on offense and on defense.
And the look, as we saw in that replay, like you mentioned, really Baltazar coming out.
So you're Baltazar. If I score on you, I will look at you. If I block your shot, I will look at you too. Meantime, sidestep by Lastimosa, but he loses the basketball. It's with Lojera. Almost a counter steal. Karakot has it as we approach the last 2 minutes of the opening quarter.
Oh, the ball slipped on Encho Serrano. 2-on-1 break, they couldn't convert.
Meantime, Manlapas will miss. Baltazar, look at the big man, bring that basketball down. Baltazar could go all the way here, and the ball will go out, and it will stay with the Archers.
That's just the skills that Baltazar has to be able to bring down the ball and create something. And the familiar face coming into the ball game.
The much better player from the Manuels of the UAAP, Joaquin Manuel, is in the game as Lastimosa blocks that shot. Serrano still has it. Shot clock continues to run for the Archers. And Baltasar committing a traveling violation.
Talk about the footwork on that possession though. Lifting his pivot foot, getting called by the referees on the travel. Baltasar is really trying to develop his guard skills.
Meantime, Vince Magbuhos checks in for the Falcons. Coach Franz Pomaran already fielding in 11 players here in the opening quarter as Sabandal fires, and wow, 3 Archers battling for the rebound.
A lot of players, especially, it's just not even finishing the first quarter for Coach Franz.
Minute and 10 remaining in the opening period. Serrano slicing through. That's a tough shot. Magbuhos gets the rebound.
Got an advantage against 2 defenders, but really underneath, bad positioning, tough shot.
And that basket is good for AP Manlapas.
And that's an easy shot now for Manlapas as he just spotted up inside the outside. Good kick out to find the open shooter.
Nevertheless, Archers are still ahead 23-12 with under a minute remaining in the opening period. The ball will go out. It will stay with LaSalle, and they have 11 seconds to work with. E.G. Mojica will be the 12th player that will come in, and Mojica will be playing his final game in the UAAP.
One of 4 players for Adamson playing their final game. Mojica comes in the ball game. 12 players for Coach Franz. Really rotating his lineup early.
As Baltasar fires way to the right, and the ball will go out. It will stay with the Archers, but they only have 5 seconds to work with.
5.2 seconds on the shot clock. 5.2 seconds to shoot.
2 for 1 possession for them. 31 seconds on the clock if they get an early shot. Oh!
Missed by Serrano. Lohera has it. Lohera fires. That was challenged, but he makes it just the same. First 2 points for Kurt Lohera, and it's 25-12 for the Archers. And Adamson hoping to write the last sentence of the first chapter. 8 seconds remaining in the quarter. Lastimosa against Serrano. Lastimosa sets up Manlapas for 3. Magbuhos and a no-look pass for Zaldivar, and that ends the opening quarter. A blistering start for the De La Salle Green Archers, and they're on top 25-12 at the end of the opening period. Good afternoon, everyone watching the UAAP live on SNA. We are coming to you live from the Mall of Asia Arena. Miko Halili with Jet Manuel, Rain Matienzo, and Ayana Perlas. And at the end of the opening quarter, the Archers are in command, 25-12. Jet, what stood out for you in that opening period?
Just the offensive efficiency for LaSalle, the way they got good shots, pushed the break off rebounds, and controlled the rebounds on the other end. A lot of offensive rebounds for them, so their activity has been off the charts.
Joaquin Manuel gets the rebound off the miss by Zaldivar, and the Archers begin the second quarter with Jordan Bartlett, Joaquin Manuel, Tyrus Hill, Kurt Lohera, and Jamie Malonzo.
Oh, a turnover now for LaSalle.
And Mojica gets the layup. Yellow cab end-to-end play for E.G. Mojica.
That's just a poor job on the handoff. Be able to pick off that handoff and ending up with an open layup on the other side. Jamie Malonzo was feeling it.
Nope. Tyrus Hill, good effort as Lohera fires.
And a foul on the floor. Offensive foul. You see here on that handoff, there you go. Miscommunication. Lohera thought he was going to backdoor a pick. The great finish on that layup. It is the play where there's a foul called. You see Tyrus Hill, there you go, grabbing on this defender over the back foul. Good call by the referees.
And back to live action, and there's an offensive foul here against the Soaring Falcons.
So back-to-back offensive fouls for both teams on this side now. You see the screen, he was moving. When he set that ball screen, hitting a moving defender. And you can't do that, so good call. Wasn't the set screen.
Offensive foul on E.G. Mojica. Still 25-14 in favor of the Green Archers. Bartlett. Shot clock reads 11. And Malonzo will miss. Hill with a rebound. Put back, no go, but there's a foul.
And again, offensive rebound, that's been the key. A lot of extra possessions for LaSalle, and this time Tyrus Hill was able to get that offensive board. As you see here, the drive, great layup, miss, no one boxing out, just a lone guy rebounding the ball and able to draw the foul.
So the foul against Keith Zaldivar and Tyrus Hill playing against his former team, and Aljun Melesio. Boy, he's had so many battles in a LaSalle uniform from high school all the way to the seniors division in the UAAP.
We know he has a lot of love for LaSalle and the Archers.
Meantime, Zaldivar looking for Manlapas. Shot clock reads 8. Manlapas goes left to Vince Magbuhos, and he can't get the bounce. A rebound for Lohera. Lohera. Joaquin Manuel fakes. Joaquin Manuel, unselfish play, and Lohera will miss. But Jamie Malonzo with this incredible athleticism gets the rebound and the putback.
Time and time again, his athleticism coming out of nowhere, getting that rebound, and just laying it back in with ease.
And that will be a foul against Jordan Bartlett as we check our McDonald's instant replay.
See here, extra pass, miss attempt, but again, nobody boxing out for Adamson. And Malonzo easily just skying for that rebound and that putback.
Jamie Malonzo with 13 points here in the first half.
13 points, 5 out of 7 shooting, 71%. Talk about efficiency.
Well, the Adamson Soaring Falcons still trying to catch up here. They're trailing 28-14. Back in a moment. 7:48 remaining in the second quarter. It is Adamson versus LaSalle on the last day of the second round. Mojica fires a three, and it's good.
Finally, a three-point shot. Great call off that that timeout for Coach Franz and his boys. Well executed, wide open, and way to knock it down.
Archer still on top, 28-17. Bartlett on the move. Bartlett scores.
Jordan Bartlett.
And a foul for Jordan Bartlett. Very aggressive, heading to the hole and laying it up. There you go. That's just wide open. Feet set. Great out of timeout call for Coach Franz, and this play just aggressive. Taking off, taking the contact, and finishing off the board. Jordan Bartlett.
And that's how you score. You know, against big guys in the paint. You're a guard like Bartlett. That's a great use of the backboard.
You have to work on that, the mid, you know, not finishing around the hole, but between that, those floater shots are key, especially for smaller guys like Jordan Bartlett.
Chauca being chased by Bartlett. Aaron Flowers against Malonzo. Flowers pulls up, and the rebound ends up with Joaquin Manuel.
He was daring him to shoot in that play, and the shoot he did. Great defense, great challenge by Malonzo.
Speaking of great, Malonzo has been great in this game. And right on cue with Jamie Malonzo now with 15 points after that Mitsubishi Mirage G4 drive of the game.
And Jamie Malonzo just taking matters into his own hands throughout the course of this game. Driving to the hole, absorbing the contact, and this time his own version of an N1 basket. This guy today, 15 points and 6 out of 7 from the field.
With 3 3-point shots.
In the same spot, you know, to count at that. It's been very, very effective. Plus 13 this ball game. Oh.
Nobody's perfect. So
Nobody's
he's having a near perfect first half, but air balls on the bonus free throw. But nonetheless, a solid first half for Jamie Malonzo. Green Archers are ahead 32-17. We're nearing the 6-minute mark of the second quarter. Zaldivar to Jerick Admisi. Admisi, that shot was blocked by Malonzo.
That's just the length and defense, athleticism of Jamie Malonzo on that drive, able to block him.
Chauca. Camacho.
Oh.
Traveling violation.
That possession now forcing Camacho. Both defensive possessions on that play because of Jamie Malonzo. Camacho shuffling his feet, seeing him in front of him and traveling.
Joaquin Manuel sits down. Malesio is back. Papi Sar and Sean Manganti, the former Falcons, supporting their former teammates. Bartlett. Shot clock reads 13. Bartlett fires a three. Yes, sir.
That's just a high confidence shot again. Jordan Bartlett off the screen, sizing up his defender and shooting over him for three.
And don't look now, but the Green Archers already up by 18 points. As Mojica will miss in a nice effort there by Malonzo and a loose ball foul against Val Chauca.
Nothing going for Adamson today, just, you know, missing each of their attempts. But Jordan Bartlett doing the opposite, stepping back, rising up, and splash for Jordan Bartlett.
Meantime, here's the loose ball foul by Chauca colliding with Jamie Malonzo. And since Adamson is already in a penalty situation, this will send Malonzo to the free throw line. First free throw is good. Direct Nonong Calanog of the De La Salle University Sports Office.
One person they have to get going. As you see the starter points, 0 for Adamson, 23 for DLSU.
But those are the first 2 starter points for Adamson after that Jollibee 100% amazing move.
Oh, and they forced a turnover this time as Malesio hopped out and hopped back in.
Shot clock at 14
I was saying
seconds.
one guy they have to get going is Jerick Ahanmisi. Still nothing for Jerick today.
Chauka to Duwanga. And Misi to Moika. Shot clock down to 8. Moika with the drive and 2 points.
That's just a great play off the pick and roll, realizing the corner defender shifting to the big, passing it, forcing a closeout, and laying it up in.
Bates. Malonzo. Boy, Malonzo has been incredible here with 16 points in the first half. Bartlett, tough shot. Duwanga is fouled by Bates.
I like this matchup. Bartlett and Chauka, these two guys, pesky guys going at it.
Karakot is sent back in the ball game for Jamie Malonzo. .508 remaining in the second quarter. As we hit our Gatorade hydration checkpoint.
Right on time.
And here's Chauka. Chauka, tight pass for Duwanga. But the ball will stay with Adamson. And we'll have this time out with 4:52 remaining in the second quarter. Chauka and the Soaring Falcons still trailing here by 15 points. Checking out our BDO coach's winning ways. Coach Franz Pumaren, well, has always been a winner as a UAAP coach.
It looks like the play that he drew up in that replay paid off. Just an easy basket for Lenda Duanga underneath the basket.
Well, the Archers are still on top, 36-23 as we near the 4-minute mark of the second quarter. The score is 36-23 in favor of LaSalle, and Karakot on the move. Karakot, fall away. Bates taps it, and Melesio will get the basketball for the Archers. Melesio against Anisi. Melesio to Karakot. Karakot fires, scores!
Another second chance points, and Andre Karakot capitalizing off that rebound with his fadeaway jumper.
Moika and Misi inside, and then they go to Duwanga against Bates. Duwanga too strong. Bartlett has it. Bartlett to Karakot. Karakot thought about it.
Traveling violation.
Boy, there are a lot of players dancing to the wrong song in this ball game. I think we've had like maybe at least 5 traveling violations in this game, and
I think it's just an emphasis now for the referees and the technical team, really trying to emphasize, focusing on the footwork, the proper foot placement, and just calling more of traveling calls.
meantime, Camacho to Duwanga. Duwanga against Bates. Duwanga misses.
Back-to-back possessions going to Lendaduanga underneath and failing to convert.
Here's Bartlett from the corner. Tyrus Hill has it and he will score.
That's just deflating again for Adamson as another guy picking up the ball with no one around him for an offensive rebound. Tyrus Hill for the layup.
Val Chauca, 15-footer is good.
Val Chauca taking matters into his own hands, just using the pick and roll time and time again, pulling up for the mid-range jumper.
4 points for Val Chauca, still a 15-point advantage for the Green Archers. Bates.
Traveling violation. Substitution.
And that time a clear travel, couldn't handle the bounce pass off that roll. Brandon Bates and just ended up traveling.
Lots of personal changes here. Malonzo, Baltazar, and Manuel are back in the game. Lastimosa sent back in by Coach Franz Pomarin for Adamson. The Falcons are trying to end their season with a 5-9 record if they win this game. And Nisi. Lastimosa, shot clock reads 8. Approaching the last 2 minutes of the second quarter. Misi from the corner.
That's a good shot, and that's something he has to take, just failing to to convert on that possession.
Tapped by Baltazar. Archers still have the basketball. 10 to shoot. Karakut. Baltazar. Baltazar double team. Nice swipe by Lastimosa, but the ball will stay with the Archers.
5.1 seconds.
Coach Jermaine Bird hoping to lead the Archers to a 7-7 win-loss record if they win.
You know, both games not bearing really, but you know, as pride as Coach JB is, he's gonna want this game, and Coach Franz definitely too.
Baltazar for 3. Yes, sir.
Baltazar, the opposite effect. Malonzo driving and then kicking it to Baltazar inside to out. Here we go, drive and kick. Baltazar just pulling up with ease. Another splash for LaSalle.
So it's 43-25 in favor of the Green Archers. And Misi has yet to score in this game. Shot clock reads 10. Lastimosa against Karakut to Ahan Misi. Ahan Misi with a speed advantage over Baltazar.
That's a great recognition play for Lastimosa, giving it back to Ahan Misi, realizing he had the mismatch. And Ahan Misi just attacking the big guy with the layup.
Under 2 minutes to go in the second quarter. Malonzo turnaround, no good. A rebound for Duanga, quickly to Chauca. Simon Camacho with a layup, no. Aljon Melesio. And that was intended for Malonzo. The ball will stay with LaSalle.
Back and forth action. Camacho failing to convert as you see Andre Karakut this game. 7 points already in 11 minutes, and last game just 0 points. Very frustrating for him, but making it up today.
That's another three-point shot for Jamie Malonzo, and he has 19 points here in the first half. This is how you want to play when you're playing your final game in the UAAP.
Exactly right, and Malonzo taking advantage, shooting a great percentage from the field, and that three-point shot has been there for him.
As Duanga scores, Lenda Duanga with 4 points. Baltazar,
wow,
he is so smooth.
That's what he loves to do, pull up from that 15-footer in the corner against bigger guys. It doesn't matter.
And that will be a foul against Joaquin Manuel.
As you see here, just jab faking, jab step again, sizing up and pulling up over Lenda Duanga. That's just a great move by Baltazar.
Freezing Duanga with the 2 jab steps, and fundamental, smooth, effective. As Chauca fires a 3.
Nothing falling, yeah. Nothing falling really for Adamson, and everything falling for LaSalle.
Is Baltazar, one-hander. Comes up short. Chauca has it. 7 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Lastimosa with a traveling violation.
That was a clear traveling violation again. Caught by the referees. Good call.
So 5.5 seconds remaining. And the Archers hoping to write the last sentence of the second chapter. Algin Melesio steps on the gas. No look pass. Karakut. Got it. They know each other so well, huh?
That's frustrating, Francis. that's a 5-second basket for LaSalle. Andre.
50 for the Archers, 29 for the Soaring Falcons. We'll be back with more. This is the UAP live on SNA. And back inside the Mall of Asia Arena at the half. Wow, and it's all LaSalle Green Archers. They've really dominated this first half, and they're ahead 50-29 over the Adamson Soaring Falcons. Our PS Bankable fan of the game, well, two of LaSalle's biggest fans. Deposit checks in the snap with PS Bank Mobile. Download now. Kapamilya, commute warrior ka ba? Sa ABS-CBN TV Plus Go, masusurvive mo na ang stress ng araw-araw na traffic, haba ng pila at hassle ng commute. Catch the UAP live as it airs. No data charges while watching. Follow TV Plus Go on Facebook to know more. Get 10% off on select UAP merchandise items today. Visit uapstore.com now and flex your school spirit. Catch all the UAP 82 men's basketball action on iWant. Just download the iWant app or go to www.iwant.ph/sports and watch the games live and on replay anytime, anywhere. And on November 17, get ready for the 2019 UAAP Cheer Dance competition, Mall of Asia Arena. Our coverage begins at 2 in the afternoon. The UAP Cheer Dance competition. The NUPEP squad will be defending their Cheer Dance title. It is 50-29 in favor of the De La Salle Green Archers. We'll be back with more action after these messages. And back inside the Mall of Asia Arena, the DLSU Green Archers are on top 50-29 after a stellar first half. And let's look at what happened in the first two quarters. Jet?
Well, it's just a great start by LaSalle and the seniors, Andre Caracot, Jamie Malonzo, Balti Baltazar, and a couple of other guys really making an impact, starting the game strong, shooting a great percentage, just pushing the break. And Adamson just not being able to knock it down, except for this guy, Jerome Lastimosa.
And Justin Baltazar and the Green Archers, boy, they were waxing hot. They were scoring inside, they were scoring outside. And E.G. Moica playing his final game in the UAAP. He was trying his best to keep the Falcons in the game, but how do you stop Jamie Malonzo?
Well, more of the same in that second half. A little bit of a run for the guys in blue, but just too much firepower, too much offensive impact and presence of the guys, even the guys coming off the bench for LaSalle, capitalized by Andy Caracot and the vets. So really, you know, these guys coming off the bench, providing a huge push offensively, just carried them to have this huge lead that they have right now.
So hard when you have a 1-2 punch of Malonzo and Baltazar leading the way for the Green Archers.
You see the stats, you see the effectiveness of DLSU. Huge margin of starter points, huge margin on perimeter points. They have more assists and a really, really huge margin on the rebounding department. So everything going the way DLSU wants them to go. So Adamson really just struggling, trying to find their footing in this ball game, and they've fielded in a lot of guys, but failed to contribute right now.
Well, the Soaring Falcons have a lot of catching up to do in the second half because Jamie Malonzo with 19 points, not for the game, but for the first half.
That's just huge. We talked about him. Just more of the same. What he's been doing right now and playing his final game, really just coming out strong, shooting threes inside, outside, getting to the foul line. So everything going his way and for LaSalle.
Let's find out what the Soaring Falcons talked about in the locker room. Let's go to Rain Matienzo. Rain?
Miko and Jet, it was a slow start for the Adamson Soaring Falcons as they struggled to contain the Archer offense. Coach Franz Pumarin, along with the rest of his coaching staff, expressed their dismay in how the Falcons tried to deal with the first half of the game. But not just that, they also expressed their dismay with all the missed opportunities to get wins for the team this season. In fact, assistant coach Renner Tualo was expressing how they are disappointed not with the losses but with how the team gave up those wins for the other teams to rise up the ranks this season. Indeed, it has been a struggle for the Falcons for season 82, and even with all the lectures from Coach Franz, the seniors actually expressed earlier before the game just how much they will miss playing under Coach Franz Pumarin's system, who has always urged them to play with pride. As they continue this game in search for a window, these graduating players have said their final words for the man who built them up on tough love with a sincere and heartfelt thank you, Coach Franz. That's it from the Adamson Soaring Falcons sidelines for season 82. Back to you, gentlemen.
Thank you very much, Rain Matienzo, really capturing the emotions from that Adamson locker room. Naturally, all these graduating Adamson players, they want to end their career with a victory today, and it's going to take a lot of hard work in that second half. Now, what did the Archers talk about in their locker room? We'll find out from Ayana Perlas. Ayana?
Miko and Jet, before today's game, I was able to speak to Jamie Malonzo, and he told me that he only has 2 goals for his last game, and that is to send off our captain in the best way possible and make memorable plays, which is exactly what he did in the first half. Now, back in round 1, what went well for the Archers was their good defense, most especially from Brandon Bates, as he was able to contain Lenda Duanga. But in today's game, not only was their defense doing them justice, but so is their offense, with everyone contributing on the floor, scoring 50 points by the half, which is the highest for the Green Archers so far this season. Now, the Archers are definitely fulfilling their goals, which is playing with pride, starting out strong and finishing the season with a bang. Once again, this has been Ayana Perlas and the De La Salle Green Archers for season 82. Back to you.
Excellent job, Ayana. Salute to your hard work as the De La Salle University courtside reporter for the men's basketball tournament. Ayana and Rain, thank you very much. Jet and I will be back with more. We'll start the second half of this showdown between the Archers and the Falcons after these. And back inside the Mall of Asia Arena, Coho creating beautiful plays and so many beautiful plays for the Archers in that first half involving Jamie Malonzo.
Beautiful plays indeed, and a lot of them from 3. Jamie Malonzo shooting a great percentage, and his teammates have done a great job in finding him on the break.
Helping Jamie Malonzo amass 19 big points in the first half.
You know, sometimes you think that we heard that it's the highest scoring output for LaSalle in the season, but it's coming out, in a non-bearing game for them. Sometimes you look back and you say too little, too late as you start the third quarter for LaSalle.
It's all part of the learning process when you go through a tournament. Some opportunities you make the most of, some are missed opportunities, and these are things that help you become better players, helps you become a better team and a better program in the future.
Couldn't have said it better myself. And when you look back at the season and you see the games that you should have won, yun yung mga masasakit.
Here's Baltazar. Baltazar, tough shot. And Duanga clears the rebound. So the Falcons, they have Val Chauca, Lenda Duanga, AP Manlapas, Joem Zabandal, and Simon Camacho on the hard court.
Stepping out the line.
As for the Archers, they have Andre Carakut, Algin Melesio, Jamie Malonzo, Justin Baltazar, and Brandon Bates.
Immediately we see Adamson coming out with more aggressiveness on defense, trying to make something out of nothing, pushing the break, but in that case, again, the offensive rebound off a miss, and Baltazar capitalizing.
Nice tip in by Baltazar. He has 9 points in the ball game. A swipe by Melesio over to Malonzo. Malonzo against Sabandal, and Sabandal commits the duty foul.
Melesio again finding Malonzo on the break, as you see here.
It's Carakot to Melesio, and then a tip in by Baltazar in our McDonald's instant replay. Of the 3 players in that sequence, Carakot is the one who will be saying farewell to the Green Archers. And the future for LaSalle is going to be an interesting one because Carakot is going to graduate. Malonzo, Meeker, and Laput are also done after this game. As the ball goes out, and it will stay with LaSalle.
With their departure, you have a flurry of young guys staying with headlining that is Baltazar and Melesio.
And then Serrano is going to be back.
Exactly right.
You've got Lohera, Tyrus Hill, Bartlett,
Joaquin Manuel.
Meantime, Malonzo fires a 3 at 6.
Wow.
That's his 5th 3-point shot. And a Vivo V17 shoot beyond limits, and certainly Malonzo is shooting beyond limits. 22 points in the ball game.
Again, open shot for him, just spotting up, and great job his teammates finding him.
And a nice spin by AP Manlapas. Sabandal with a swipe to Camacho. Camacho is on the move. Camacho scores over Brandon Bates. Simon Camacho with a C2 fast break of the game.
Finally forcing turnovers, coming in from behind, swiping the ball, pushing the break, and ending up with a fast break layup.
Over 7 minutes remaining in the third quarter. It's still all LaSalle in this game. Bates, handoff. Baltazar blocked by Camacho. Manlapas has it. Manlapas to Chauca. Val Chauca to Camacho. And Camacho was caught stepping on the side or baseline.
See the replay of Manlapas creating contact, spinning, and fading away. You see here coming in from behind Sandoval, pushing the break, and Camacho doing a great job finishing strong.
So a nice defensive move there by Sabandal. Meantime, here's Baltazar. Shot clock down to 7. Baltazar. Cross court, Malonzo. Malonzo for 3. Missed it that time, and a loose ball foul here against the Green Archers.
Let me correct myself. Right in front of me, Sabandal. Not Sandoval.
Oh, don't worry. We have a lot of years with Joem Sabandal, and we're gonna get used to his name. Do you still remember your final game in the UAAP? Of course you do.
Of course I do.
Who did you play against?
That was against UE. Non-bearing game also to finish that game, but that's one of the most memorable things for me to see. Finally, your UP crowd in Araneta Coliseum up to the rafters. The first time I've seen that. I saw that and it just brought tears to my eyes. That's why I can relate to how emotional it is for the graduating players playing their final UAAP game today.
I actually have a hard time as Chauka finds Sabandal here from the corner. No go. I have a hard time looking at players singing the school song for the final time, as Karakot will do later. It's really very emotional.
That's going to be very, very emotional. Not just for him, but for his teammates too. For the coaches, players, the people, the community that supported him throughout his career.
Meantime, Joem Sabandal is down. And he's holding on to his right ankle. Well, we certainly hope that he's okay. Let's see what happened. Sabandal is on the top of your screens. He fires away from the corner. Might land. Yep, he does. He lands on the right foot of Karakot. Instantly feels the pain of potential sprain, but hopefully not. But he's being carried now to the bench. Joem Sabandal, he was excellent in their last game. And hoping to end the tournament on a bright note, but Jamie Malonzo is on fire with 25 points, 6 3-point shots, and he was the recipient of a PS Bankable assist. Parang PS Bank personal loan na maasahan, apply online, no collateral. Wow, Jamie Malonzo really wants to make his last game count.
Talk about field goal percentage, 71%, 5 out of 7 from the 3-point line. So he's shooting well, and his teammates have done a great job looking for him.
Malonzo on the move. Malonzo, no, almost, but not quite. Bates lost the ball. And who has it? Who has it? And then somebody kicked the basketball, and Adamson will have it.
That's Andre Karakot kicking the basketball, a lot of bodies on the floor. As you see here, a mistimed pass. And then a loose ball, everybody just running to the floor, and there it is. The kick by Andre Karakot. That's a smart kick if you're going to talk about it.
But razor sharp vision by our referees for catching that kick by Karakot.
Exactly, we only saw it in the replay.
Chauka pulling up. Chauka will miss. Duwanga with a rebound. Oh, but he was caught stepping on the line.
A great effort though for Duwanga, crashing the offensive board, something we didn't see in that first half. You see here, is crashing it, loses it. And
Yep,
there it is.
Yep.
Wow, that's a great view.
Meantime, Malonzo fakes, fires. Rebound by Manlapas. Manlapas is on the move. Manlapas to Chauka. Chauka for 3. Rebound by Baltazar. Melesio. Karakot. Karakot with the runner.
So back-to-back-to-back misses now. Both teams trying to find the basket.
Ooh, tough situation there for Manlapas. Trying to score against Bates and Baltazar. Malonzo gets away for 2.
That's just a great way to streak for the fast break dunk.
Domino's Pizza, what a delivery play leading to that Malonzo dunk. Jamie Malonzo with 27 points as we hit our Gatorade hydration checkpoint.
And Tori timeout.
So 4:59 remaining in the third quarter. The Green Archers are on top, 60-33. Well, Coach Gian Nazario and Coach Jermaine Bird and our video coaches winning ways. Well, certainly the Archers are showing their winning ways today, and they're on top. 60-33 here in the third quarter. They're doing so many great things in this game.
Both on offense and on defense, controlling everything from rebounds to assists to steals. So a great ball game for them. Oh,
Bates erasing that shot. Mojica for three, and Malonzo can do no wrong in this game as he grabs that rebound. Laput inside to Baltazar, and that would be a foul against could be against Mojica.
you see Jamie Malonzo's numbers. Career high 27 points and 10 out of 16. 6 out of 9 threes in 19 minutes. So, wow, what numbers from this guy playing his last UAAP game.
You know, if you don't believe us that he already has 27 points, you can confirm it by going to the ABS-CBN Sports website and check our UAAP live stats. You will see that that's correct.
Mahirap paniwalaan eh. 27 points,
27
third
points.
quarter pa lang.
That's right. Meantime, here's Baltazar on the move. Baltazar one-hander is good.
There you go, the familiar one-hander. This time going in for Baltazar.
That was a Jollibee 100% amazing move. Justin Baltazar now in double figures with 11 points.
Oh,
Alonso is down, and Ahanisi knocks down the three. The first three-point shot for Ahanisi. In this game, he has 5 points.
that's a great half-court play from the weak side wing straight to the strong side corner for Anisi for the three.
What a battle there between Baltazar and Camacho.
See here. That's a great pass. Leaving his defender and then fading away the familiar one-hander for Baltazar. That's his signature shot, and this time just running to the corner, spotting up. Great balance, great control, and great shot.
Back to live action. Karakut. Laput. Shot clock down to 9. Malonzo for three. Way to the left. Good effort by Laput, but the ball will go to Adamson. 3:46 remaining in the third quarter. Simon Camacho, Adrian Fermin, and the rest of the Soaring Falcons trying to fight back in this game. Back in a moment. Fudgy bar, O-bar sa saya. Siyempre, saya ng Lasal. Why not? Because they are dominating this game 62 to 36. That's probably the only thing that Waki learned from Kuya Jet that is of any use.
Oh my
The three
God.
goggles.
No comment na nga ako eh. I do not know where he picked that up from.
Oh no, 3-on-1 break. Malonzo lost it. That was a 3-on-1 LaSalle break. Nevertheless, Archers are still ahead here with over 3 minutes remaining in the third quarter.
One of the few mistakes Malonzo's had today. Just couldn't handle that.
And Fermin lost the ball, turnover against the Soaring Falcons.
Talk about mistakes and mistake again for Adamson right now.
And say hello to George Rocha, the first ever LaSalle student courtside reporter back in 2000. That was 19 years ago.
That's amazing.
Oh my gosh.
OGS, a legend.
Yep.
Legend
What's extra painful was that I was the anchor. He was the courtside.
That was in year 2000.
As Fermin gets the rebound, and I know many LaSalle fans watching this game who still remember George quite fondly. Did her job very well and covered legends like Mac Cardona, Joseph Yo, Mike Cortez, Renren Ritualo.
And some of them coaches right now.
Renren
is over here. Yeah.
Assistant coach now for Adamson.
For the DLSU Green Archers.
So next year, can you imagine 20 years?
20 years.
Since the time that ABS-CBN took over as the coverers for the UAAP.
In a great 20 years it has been for ABS-CBN. Every year getting better.
Well, except for this year because they're taking a chance on UJet, so I'm not so sure. And I don't know how you'll impact the tremendous legacy of ABS-CBN sports.
I was just gonna say, doing better leading up to me, pero that's why you're a legend today, Tito Miko.
Here's Renren.
There it is.
Yep.
Talk about legends. Legends of LaSalle. Going up against LaSalle today as a coach.
Meantime, Lastimosa setting up the offense here for Adamson. And you know who was the coach of LaSalle in those days? Franz Pomarin.
Oh.
It's
Basketball
is a
reunion,
small-
yeah.
Basketball is a small world.
It's a reunion right now for DLSU community. Coach Franz coaching Adamson against LaSalle.
And Misi. Shot clock down to 10. And Misi for 3. Serrano with a rebound. Encho Serrano to Joaquin Manuel. Approaching the last 2 minutes of the third quarter. Lohera lost it. Fermin. Lastimosa. Lastimosa back to Aaron Fermin. Big guy trying to finish. Manuel quickly to Serrano. Serrano will challenge Dewanga. And Dewanga says, "What were you thinking?" And good save by Lastimosa. Flowers to Anmisi. Anmisi to Flowers. And Flowers trying to locate Fermin. And the ball will go back to the Green Archers.
Here it is. Sizing him up actually and just laying it, feeding it to Dewanga. And Dewanga just spiking the ball out of bounds.
It was a good idea. I mean, that's exactly how you can score against the Dewanga.
I think he just didn't expect how tall and long Lendo Dewanga was in that play.
Meantime, here's Manuel trying to do a step back. Ooh, nice pass
What
to
a pass.
Serrano.
What a pass by Joaquin Manuel, finding Encho Serrano cutting to the hole.
And that's a master play of the game. Look at the field goal, three-point shooting story dominated by the Archers. And a traveling violation against Aaron Fermin with 1:31 remaining in the third period.
Here we go, stepping back, no shot. Good decision finding the cutting Encho Serrano. The picture-perfect bounce pass.
See, that one he probably learned on his own. I have serious doubts if he learned to make the extra pass from you.
With passing, I would be the first to say, baka nga hindi. Baka hindi.
Medyo malabo eh.
Pag sa 3 points,
I mean, we're friends, Jet, but I cannot lie.
I have to be unbiased and professional. So I cannot say that.
I can professionally say he did not learn extra passing from you.
Oh my God. Anyway, Kurt Lohera.
12 to shoot. Laput. Manuel. Being hounded by Mojica. Great defense by Mojica. And that forces a LaSalle turnover.
That play, just a miscommunication between Laput and Manuel. Not being able to handle that handoff pass. So Adamson has done a great job off these handoffs to create turnovers.
Sa bandal on the left side, Fermin against Ralph Koo and Aaron Fermin. A very chill jumper for a pure gold always panalo move. Serrano. That time it works.
That time he figured out the exact distance where he needs to stop, pull up, and floater off the glass. Good move now for Serrano.
Under a minute remaining in the third quarter. Sabandal looks at Fermin. Fermin fires a three.
On a foul. The foul was called on Lapwood pushing off on Duanga.
First foul, number 42, James Lapwood.
It's kind of, sad or maybe regretful that we didn't see a lot of action of Lapwood. Was one of the 3 one-and-done players for LaSalle, and this time now we're seeing his action, his height, his strength inside.
Moika, shot clock down to 10. Picked up by Lapwood. Duanga inside. Duanga for 2. Lenda Duanga with 6 points and 5 rebounds after those Boysen points in the paint.
That's great composure for Duanga, catching the ball in traffic and finishing above them.
5 seconds remaining in the quarter. Serrano, 2 seconds to shoot. And that's how we'll end the third quarter. It is all De La Salle University here inside the Mall of Asia Arena. Archers are up top, 68-40. We'll be back with the payoff period after these. Back inside the Mall of Asia Arena for the fourth and final quarter between the De La Salle Green Archers and the Adamson Soaring Falcons. La Salle at 6-7, hoping to end the tournament with an even 7-7 record. The Soaring Falcons are hoping to end the tournament with 5 wins and 9 losses should they prevail today, but they need a monumental comeback here in the fourth quarter to make that happen.
The comeback they have to do is to see the quarter scoring. All of the quarters until this point, DLSU has outscored Adamson. So if they want to catch up, they have to have a huge fourth quarter, huge run to force something out of great turnovers and then get some easy baskets on the other end.
Ball will go out. It will stay with the Soaring Falcons.
Shot clock at 14 seconds.
You know, these two teams were involved in many of the thrilling games this season. You know, a lot of last-second wins as Sabandal fires a three off the glass.
And what injury did he have? No sign of that in that shot. Just rising up over the defender and backing it from 3.
You're right. He had to leave the game earlier with the potential sprain, but he seems perfectly fine now. Here's that McDonald's instant replay.
There it is. No ankle sprain there. Rising up over his defender and just shooting the ball. And you see a full court zone defense now. 1-2-2 for LaSalle. Trying to increase the pace.
Here's Fermin. Bounce pass, Mojica. That was the extra pass for JL Capulong, number 27.
14
First signs
seconds
for
on the
this
shot
ball
clock.
game for Capulong coming into the ball game. Couldn't handle the pass, but was able to recover after.
Fermin, wide open, and misses it, and Mojica with a putback. Yamaha Mio, number 1 move for E.G. Mojica. Falcons still trying to catch up here with LaSalle on top, 68-47. So this is the 4th and final quarter as Sabandal gets the swipe, almost gets the basket. Bartlett has it. Bartlett to Laput. Laput is fouled, and Laput will take 2. That was a strong move by James Laput.
Yeah, bad intentions on that one. That's a good recovery after a back and forth loose balls. And LaSalle Bartlett is picking it up, giving it up to Laput and just trying to slam it.
Shooting 2 free throws, James Laput.
Just like Jamie Malonzo, James Laput playing his final game in a LaSalle uniform.
You know, something to look at though, both these teams have one-and-done players. DLSU and Adamson. They both have one-and-dones, and they're both out of the Final Four contention. So, you know, something to think about maybe moving forward if you're a team with a program. How effective can they be?
Traveling violation.
As the ball will go back to the De La Salle Green Archers. Zahera. Manuel. Laput, and a steal, interception there by Fermin. Joshua Hierro joins Fermin, Capulong, Sabandal, and Mojica. Mojica inside. Laput clears the rebound. Over to Bartlett, and Bartlett will finish.
That's just a great pass of Laput to the baseball pass off that rebound. Right on target for Bartlett to make that layup.
Fermin fires a 3. A rebound for Kurt Lohera. Joaquin Manuel on the move. Joaquin Manuel, oh, erased by Aaron Fermin. Sabandal. Hang time. And the ball will bounce off the head of Capulong. JL Capulong. And check out the forward pass of Laput to Jordan Bartlett.
That's just a great forward pass right on target. But the opposite effect on this one, Wacky Manuel getting erased this possession.
Lohera. Baltazar, he'll fire the three. Yes, sir!
So the three-point basket has been working for LaSalle this time. Baltazar with the three.
And that was a Jollibee 100% amazing move. Baltazar now with 14 points and 8 rebounds.
This game's pace has really increased. A lot of back and forth transition moves and baskets.
And this will be a loose ball foul against Laput.
Here we go. That's just off the reverse. A pick and pop action for Baltazar. Popping and rising and making it.
Justin Baltazar, quite the overall weapon for the Green Archers. Adamson trailing by a huge margin here with 7 minutes remaining in the fourth. Simon Camacho playing his final game in the UAAP, team captain for the Soaring Falcons, but he's looking up at the score. Not exactly the way you want to end your UAAP career, but it has been an excellent afternoon for the Green Archers. AP Manlapas, top shot. Manlapas converts. What a flakes, kakaibang move for AP Manlapas. And you know, Manlapas, Sabandal, Hierro, Lastimosa, these guys will be the backbone of the future of this Adamson program.
And a bright future it is for Coach France as you see this play off that handoff. Driving left, taking off and evading for a great left-hand finish. And you know, like you were talking about the youth and the recruitment of Coach France, a lot of bright spots for him. Gonna see how his program develops.
Kapulong with the rebound, playing in his first game this season.
Number 42, James Lapo.
First time to get a chance to see him, and familiar faces.
Yep, UP Fighting Maroons getting ready for the Battle of Katipunan. Will Gozum, Javi Gomez De Liaño. Approaching the 6-minute mark of the fourth and final quarter as Kapulong will miss. Baltazar with another rebound. Bartlett, he's been solid at the point guard spot. Malonzo for three. In and out. That would have been his 7th three-point shot.
Exactly. And that would have brought the house down. And he really took it from way beyond the three-point arc.
Val Chauca to Christian Bernardo. There's Baltazar with back-to-back rebounds. Bartlett to Lohera. Lohera for three. Kapulong with the rebound. Quickly to Hierro. Joshua Hierro. Oh! Justin Baltazar with no mercy.
Both these guys sizing them up and Baltazar rejecting. Joshua Riero up top. That's nasty.
Balti is nasty.
That was a nasty, nasty play.
Meantime, here's Manlapas. Manlapas. Fall away is good.
Oh, good move. This guy's starting to heat up. A drive a while ago, and this time pulling up, fading away off one leg.
And that will be a bump by Val Chauca.
Number 3, Val Chauca.
Not exactly
And what is going on
I'm
right
not
now?
exactly sure what's happening here between Franny Reyes and Yanni Mayo. I know they have jobs to do later, so I don't understand why they're in costumes.
They better still. I saw a flimsy basketball court. And the Spider-Man I would not want saving me in the night.
Look, I did not know we had the UAAP costume party. Had I known, I would have dressed up as Jet Manuel. As Karakot gets away. As we hit our Gatorade hydration checkpoint.
Andre Karakot in his final UAP game, really.
You know, go ahead.
Go ahead, I was just gonna say, really doing well for his squad.
You know what my Jet Manuel costume would look like?
No, I do not.
I would just wear a maroon shirt with what a play by Manlapas, but he missed it. So I'll wear a maroon shirt with a number 6 and I just keep shooting and shooting and shooting. That's my Jet Manuel costume.
Then that will scare even the best coaches. Do not ask Coach Bo. Do not ask Coach Bo. Do not ask. Let's leave it at that.
I will just shoot and shoot and shoot throughout the Halloween party. As Hierro is fouled by Tyrus Hill.
Caught him on the face on that play. Had the right intention, right timing for Hill actually. He was going to get the shot block, just missed the ball entirely as you see Justin Baltazar. Not missing a lot. 14 points, 12 rebounds, 3 blocks, including that huge rejection. And look at his plus minus. That's a coach's dream right there.
I think Baltazar will be a coach's dream when he takes his game to the next level. Because this is a big guy that can shoot threes, smooth at the post, can can handle the basketball, plays defense. No nonsense.
Is exactly, with his height and athleticism, really is the way he's been developing his guard skill throughout the year. That's what's taken him to the next level, and we've seen a lot of it throughout the season. It's the last game for his season, but he's really shown out.
Remember, he had a 25-25 game this year.
Yeah, that's one of the huge games that he's had, and we haven't seen those. I think it was the second time we've seen it in the history of UAP, if I'm not mistaken. And right now, taking a well-deserved break.
Francis Escandor for the DLSU Green Archers.
Francis Escandor makes his first appearance today. Melesio against Lastimosa. There is Mr. Escandor. And he joins Karakot, Tyrus Hill, Malonzo, and Melesio. Under 4 minutes remaining in the fourth and final quarter, and under 4 minutes remaining for season 82 for both teams. As Zaldivar goes for a reverse layup, Zaldivar again. Tyrus Hill finally clearing the rebound. Melesio looking for Escandor. He's wide open for 3. Yes, sir!
And the DLSU bench goes wild.
Man Alive Vision player Algin Melesio finds Francis Escandor for 3.
One of one. 100% from the field. That's something you can take home later.
As AP Manlapas answering back with his own 3-point shot. Manlapas in double figures with 13 points.
I think that's 8 points right now in this fourth quarter. So maybe one of the lone bright spots for Coach Franz.
Melesio, Escandor, Malonzo for 3. Yes, sir!
And the streak just keeps on going for Jamie Malonzo.
7 3-point shots for Jamie Malonzo. 34 total points.
Talk about an exit game for him.
The shot is good for Zaldivar. Tyrus Hill on the move. Tyrus Hill is blocked. Meantime, here's Manlapas. No go. By the way, number 24, Virlu Orquez is in the game for Adamson. He's guarding Karakut. Karakut is playing in his final game for the Green Archers. And he knocks down a three-point shot. As we enter our PS Bank last 2 minutes, PS Bank, pasend via mobile ang padala mo, cash agad in minutes. And that will do it for the career of Andre Karakut. He's being subbed out. What a way for him to end his LaSalle career with a three-point shot.
And also Jamie Malonzo, you know, getting a well-deserved exit applause from both his teammates and the crowd present today. These two guys.
Melesio also being subbed out, his last game of the tournament. As Lastimosa makes the first of 2 free throws.
Just to say, you know, this is where in the last 2 minutes of your last game, see Don Lim, a couple of new faces coming in. This is where the emotions really start to set in. You know, you start to realize you're not focused on the game anymore. It's over.
And I think that's when all the memories come flowing back.
Exactly.
I asked Simon Camacho earlier, does he still remember his game, first game that he played? He does. It was against UST, and he still remembers it like yesterday. And then all of a sudden, you're playing your final game in the UAAP.
You know, I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it right now. You know, I remember my first game. I bet you all these guys remember their first games, their first baskets in the UAAP. And now realizing, you know, it's done, it's over with. You've gone through your whole college career and all the ups and downs. This is see Jamie Malonzo. This guy just one season for the DLSU, the Green Archers, 34 points and the most points this season. Very impressive, and the seniors just, you know, gotta take it all in right now.
Lastimosa to Manlapas. Manlapas. Long rebound picked up by Bartlett. 1:43 remaining. And Tyrus Hill is fouled by former teammate Christian Bernardo.
Tyrus Hill just running the break, and good pass by Jordan Bartlett, realizing where he was. That's a great full court pass.
Number 3. Transition. Egi Mojica.
So Egi Mojica replacing Christian Bernardo. Christian Bernardo.
Shooting 2 free throws. Tyrus
This is his final game in the UAAP. Mojica, same situation.
Along with Camacho and Val Chauca. So 4 guys also for Adamson.
Second free throw is good for Tyrus Hill. The Archers will improve to 7-7. And that's how they'll end season 82. The Falcons will slide to 4-10. As Lastimosa fires a runner. The ball was tapped out by Mojica.
It's still a full court press, man-to-man for Adamson. So to the dying minute, like in Coach Fran's way, is finishing the game strong on defense.
Well, the Archers, they really set the tone for this game, leading by 13 points at the end of the first quarter as AP Manlapas scores. And they never looked back. They never allowed Adamson to mount any serious threat to their lead throughout this game.
But you got to give credit really to LaSalle, the way they played defense, the way they rebounded the ball and controlled the pace. That's what made the difference for them. A couple of efforts for Adamson to try to climb back. But LaSalle just, you know, their composure taking place. And you see here, strong move in the post and a foul on Tyrus Hill.
Of course, as we bid farewell to Karakut, Malonzo, Laput, Meeker, the fans now begin to think about the future. The future for the programs of both schools, both Adamson and LaSalle.
It's going to be interesting because, you know, for LaSalle, you're going to see still, it's nothing sure who the coaching staff will be still next season. If they're going to keep Coach Jermaine Bird, or if they're going to replace him. And I think they have an import coming in. You know, he's on the bench with the jersey right now watching. So
Well, it's all about evaluating everything that has happened. You know, whether you're Coach Jermaine Bird or Coach Franz Pumaran, you look at what happened this year and you try and get all the lessons that you can get, and then you decide how to regroup, retool, rebuild to have a better performance for season 83.
yep. And these two programs, I mean, they've been, you know, successful programs up to this point. I mean, yeah, they missed the Final Four, but these two are great programs. Coach Franz on the other end done a great job. I think this is the first time in his career now is missing the Final Four, so it's going to be interesting to see also from his side. But one thing is for sure, they both have great young players coming up for both programs, so it's going to be a great thing for them in the future.
10 seconds remaining for the final game for these two teams. Pirlo Orquez will hand it off to Lastimosa. Nobody will shoot anymore. And a final score, it is 89 for the De La Salle Green Archers, 63 for the Adamson Soaring Falcons. Our AXA No You Can player of the game is Andre Karakot, who has played his final game in a De La Salle uniform.
Well, that's just a great farewell for him. He did a great job today to start the game strong, lead his team. You know, just a great high emotional game for him, but this game specifically, just a great job for him, and you know, he deserves it for the career that he had for the Green Archers.
We'll take a short break. We'll explain how the Green Archers dominated this game against the Soaring Falcons after these. Back inside the Mall of Asia Arena, the final score, 89 for the De La Salle Green Archers, 63 for the Adamson Soaring Falcons. And there we are, the graduating players, Andre Karakot, Jamie Malonzo, Keyshawn Meeker, and James Lapwood. This Dataland Residential Quality win was won by the Green Archers.
Just a great, dominating win from the start, from the get-go. The whole team really shooting high percentage and controlling the tempo and the game, both on defense and offense.
PS Bankable Player of the Game, Jamie Malonzo. PS Bank Home Loan, isang araw lang, may bahay ka na.
Well, you want to talk about, a Kobe-esque last game? Jamie Malonzo, have yourself a day. 34 points, 7 out of 12 from 3. He controlled the way he played and the way he provided an offensive push. That's just a great way to end your career as a Green Archer.
This is the emotional moment for all graduating UAAP players. Christian Bernardo, Simon Camacho, the team captain, Val Chauca, Eggy Boy Mojica. This is when all the memories come flowing back, all the sacrifice and the hard work and the practices. And congratulations to all the graduating players who played their final game today. Later at 4 p.m., round 2 of the Battle of Katipunan. Will the Ateneo Blue Eagles complete a regular or elimination round sweep, or will the UP Fighting Maroons become the first team to put a blemish on what has been so far a perfect Ateneo record? Battle of Katipunan at 4 p.m. The De La Salle Green Archers close out season 82 with an emphatic 89-63 win over the Adamson Soaring Falcons, getting big performances from Jamie Malonzo, Justin Baltasar, and graduating player Andre Caracol. For Ayana Perlas, Rain Matienzo, my partner Jet Manuel, I'm Nico Alili saying thank you for watching the UAP on SNA. Ateneo versus UP next.